Okay, you all, we have a lot of things to talk about tonight. Oh my God, we miss you all.
Oh, most definitely.
You've been traveling.
All
Tell
week.
us, Silk.
Well, first I want to say that Diamond and Silk is a little under the weather.
Yes.
Let's just do a disclaimer.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a coughing spirit on us.
I think it's traveling
Yeah.
to different places, and different places is like it may be cold here,
Yeah.
hot here, cold here, and it's just like your body can't. It's crazy.
It's crazy. So we are feasting on some Halls.
Halls, yes.
Teas
I have
and
plenty Halls. I have
water.
tea. I have water. But we're going to get to this Facebook Live tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, this Facebook Live is being brought to you by Diamond and Silk Store. Visit the Diamond and Silk Store, diamondandsilkstore.com. So you all, we was in Lafayette, Louisiana last week. We was in
Yes.
Texas. We had to fly to Charlotte, North Carolina to meet everybody for our lunch dates, and we had a phenomenal time. So if you go up to the Facebook page feed,
Yes.
you should see them. Shout out to everybody that we met along the way, all of our fans.
Wow.
We was trying to hide up under the radar. Didn't work. Because they noticed us. And shout out to everybody that met us for the lunch date. We had a
Yes.
phenomenal time with you. Hey, they were just like our family.
Oh my goodness.
We
yes.
broke bread with like our sister girlfriend.
Yes.
Yes, and I absolutely loved it.
And
loved
the food.
It. And the food. Woo!
In Louisiana.
Louisiana, Louisiana by far has the best food.
Oh my goodness.
Go ahead. They have the best food, you all.
It's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
It is just like it. I think I need something now. If I can have some Louisiana crawfish. What is that little soup thing that they gave us?
That was gumbo.
Gumbo, whatever it is. If I can have some of that right now, I feel like
Oh
I'm
my God, you can just like open up. I tell
it's
you,
so
you all,
delicious.
Louisiana, I
See?
slept good. I slept good and I ate good.
Right.
Even though I felt a little under the weather. I love you too, darling. Okay.
Okay, let's get through this.
Okay, so let's get through this 1 hour. Okay.
Right.
So you all know that while we were traveling, we tweeted something out about Delta.
Yes.
So I want to tell you all what happened with Delta.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we fly Delta. We fly Delta pretty much. We like to fly Delta all the time. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this particular time, you all, we were flying to Charlotte, North Carolina.
Right.
And Charlotte, North Carolina, wait a minute, didn't we have a layover? We had a layover in Atlanta to get to Charlotte.
Right.
Okay, so we were on one Delta plane. We carry our carry-on bags on that plane.
That's right.
Okay, and I have the bag to show you all.
Okay, show them the bag.
Oh, can y'all see this here bag? Can y'all see this bag right here? This is my carry.
Okay, this right here.
Okay, my bag is, can you see it?
Let me do it like this.
Okay,
y'all see this here bag right here?
This was my carry-on bag, all right? Okay. I bought this bag right here. Okay, that was my carry-on.
Okay.
I bought this bag, you all, in the airport. And the airport, they cannot sell you.
Well,
go ahead.
I want to make sure that you elaborate. You bought it from the airport. While we was in the airport, you actually bought that bag.
I bought that
from a
bag
shop
inside of the airport
Right.
a while back.
Right.
Because I didn't like them stopping me and telling me my bags I will have to check them to my next location.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So I make sure that I have the correct bag.
That's right.
As a carry-on
you want to
bag.
follow the rules.
Well,
Well.
so we get into Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as we get off the plane, you all, we see this restaurant called the Juke Joint. So you know we had to go to the Juke Joint to eat.
It was time to eat.
Oh, those chicken and waffles were so good.
Oh,
wasn't it?
yes, it was.
Woo!
I can't remember what I had. Oh,
I remember what I had, and I had some of that Miss Silly juice,
That's
and I
what I
couldn't
had,
drink
the
it
Miss Silly
because it
juice.
had too much alcohol in it. It was too
pineapple.
strong. Yeah, that pineapple stuff. I couldn't drink it, but the chicken and the waffles was phenomenal.
Right.
Well, after we left the Juke Joint, you all, we got on the train and we went to our gate. We headed to our gate.
Right.
Well, at that time they wasn't boarding, so I had to run to the bathroom.
That's right.
When I got back, they were boarding.
Because those bathrooms on the plane is just too small.
They're too
It's
small.
totally too small.
And I'd be about half scared.
Yeah.
Okay, I only go if I have to on the
And
plane.
God forbid if there's a turbulence or something and you're trying to use the restroom. On
I
the
know,
plane.
it's just going to be horrible.
Yes.
So, anywho, you all, okay? So, Silk go through. She's fine.
Right.
They scan my ticket. I'm fine. And then the lady want to stop me. Your bag is too big. We're going to have to check that to your destination. I'm like, so Silk stepped back and said, well, we've been flying with this plane. We've been flying with this bag.
for a
We
while.
just got off the plane with this bag.
Right.
So, the gate agent comes behind the counter.
No,
girl.
first she said something to Silk out the way.
She said something really, she said something in the wrong gesture, you all. She was very, very loud.
And nasty.
And Silk said, you don't have to raise your voice.
Don't raise your voice at me.
So the lady, comes, now she comes from around.
Behind the counter. Yes.
And now she wants to deplane Silk.
Right. She want to grab my ticket.
She want to grab and deplane her. All because, I don't know why. Why? We still don't know.
Still don't know why. But go ahead.
So I told Silk, I said, Silk, you go ahead on the plane. Let me try to figure out how I can handle this. So there was another lady there. It must have been a gate agent's assistant. And she was trying to, check my bag to see what else we can do with the bag. I don't know what she did with the bag, but she just finally told me to go ahead on and get on the plane.
Right.
And you all know my bag fit. So when I got on the plane, I had to let the flight attendant know what happened. I said, you know what, I'm going to have to put Delta on blast because this is poor customer service and it's a reflection on Delta. Especially, I love to fly Delta.
Right.
And this is a reflection on them. And this is not good customer service. If you are at the gate and you are an agent and you have an attitude, then you need to be home that day.
Or go into baggage.
Go into baggage claim or do something like that. But do not be there at the gate yelling at people and scaring people and making them feel like they can't get on the plane with their bag.
Right.
Period. Okay? Because it's bad enough we got to go through TSA. They search you and they pat you all down.
All the way down.
Sometimes they give you a full-fledged body massage.
I had a cavity check. I know we can't laugh. We can't laugh. I'm sorry.
Okay. So that's why we had to call it to Delta attention.
Right.
Thankfully, Delta tweeted something out within 2 hours after that tweet, and then our team took it from there.
Right.
So I want them to be aware customer service is imperative.
It's very important. Do not raise your voice at the customer.
Right.
And the person that raised the voice, she might have been having a very bad day. Okay, I got that. But
I believe she knew who we were.
I know she knew exactly who we were. But still, you're gonna treat us with respect,
That's
utmost respect, especially if we treat you with the utmost respect. And an agent shouldn't come from around a counter to snatch my ticket from me.
She tried to snatch it.
She tried to snatch it, and that could have been very, very terrible for her. So
I'm
so glad that it didn't go no further than what it did, and that they got their stuff straight. However, when you purchase a bag from inside of the airport, there shouldn't be no issues with your bag if you purchased it from inside of the airport.
That's right. Absolutely. That's right. And I got receipts where I purchased that bag out of a store, and it was probably right there in the Atlanta's airport.
It was.
It was in Atlanta's airport. So I just wish some of these here gate agents, come on, check your attitude.
Check your attitude.
Don't mess it up for everybody, or just quit, or like you said, go to baggage.
Yeah, go to baggage.
So anywho, you all, so after that, you all, we finally get to our destination and everything. The rest of the trip was smooth sailing.
Right.
Okay. So, some stuff jumped off while we were on hiatus.
Yeah.
Okay. And the first one, we're going to start with Sean Hannity.
Okay, Sean Hannity. All right.
Sean Hannity being accused of sexual harassment. And, we put a little blog out there, and we also told Sean Hannity the steps, what he needed to do in this here case. But, it really amazes me how a woman can accuse a man of doing something.
Right.
And then when the man say, okay, you know what, I'm going to get the best lawyers, I'm going to sue. Not all of a sudden things change.
Right.
Everything has changed.
Excuse me.
And I don't get that. I don't understand that.
Right.
And see, she put that nugget out there. In the people's mind. And now people will judge him. This is public opinion. Based on public opinion, based on what they heard.
Right.
And I think that Sean Hannity should sue.
Most definitely. He should take it all the way because she put it out there. And that's what a lot of these women do. They put that nugget out there. But this is all a setup at the end of the day. Because they're trying to silence the conservative voice.
Absolutely. So, next it was Jesse Waters. They set him down because they said that he said something. And so I looked at the video. I didn't understand what he had said. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? So we sent out a tweet and a Facebook message asking you all, hey, help us. Yeah. And some of you all was basically saying he was doing something a little salacious. But see, that's because y'all mind was in the gutter.
Look, when your mind is in the gutter, all you gonna see is the gutter.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of perverted folks over there on the left. They are deep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, perverted ritual.
And see, sometimes when your mind in the gutter, you're thinking about some crazy stuff.
Some crazy stuff.
And
That's
we
right.
weren't thinking about all of that.
No, we wasn't.
Anywho, you know, I think that Waters is going to be back at 9 o'clock. I think he's going to be back on air.
Okay.
I don't know how. Listen, I don't know what's going on.
I know what's going on. They're
good?
setting them up. They're trying to get rid of all of these conservative voices.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing the left want everybody to hear is the left opinion.
Right.
What their narrative is.
Right.
And so that's all that you will see on
Mm-hmm.
TV.
Mm-hmm.
If that's all that you see on TV, that's all you hear, that's all that's implanted in your mind, that's all that you would know.
Mm-hmm.
Just look at how with us when we used to be Democrats.
Right.
And the only thing that the so-called leaders told us,
right.
He's racist, that one is against you. Oh, if you go there, you're wrong for that.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I can tell you this here. We learned today that Bill Shines, he will be leaving Fox News, you all. He was the heart of the conservative movement. He helped Fox build.
He helped them build it.
So he'll be leaving you all. And listen, when I look at everything, I see how the left can play dirty. But what about, I find it offensive and almost like we're being, the American people are being sexually harassed when these women go on these marches and they have these fake vaginas on their head.
That's right.
Or they're talking about their menstrual cycle. Mm-hmm. Or they're doing all kinds of derogatory, nasty things in front of our young girls.
Yes,
I find that offensive.
Yes.
Who can I sue for that? You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I think the whole story is bogus. It's full of holes.
It is.
And it's really crazy.
But it's something to keep people talking and to keep their mind wondering. So we can't focus on what our man is doing.
Right.
We don't see the undercover stuff they're doing.
I don't want to say this.
Well, say it.
But it's like, is everybody trying to line up to be against our president?
Right.
Because, you know, you're not going to have, we need people talking for our president.
These are
talking
the major,
right.
These are the major stations, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And so, yes, they're getting geared up so they can talk against our president.
Yeah, because I think one of the shows had Mark Cuban on there. I'm like, what the hell Mark Cuban doing sitting up there when he bashed the president?
Sit his fake self down somewhere.
Yeah.
Please, Mark, please.
Oh, my God. Well, speaking of fake, you all. So, Tucker Carlson. Okay, you all know that he took Bill O'Reilly's place.
Okay.
And I want to comment on this. So we put out a little article about his first guest was going to be Caitlyn Jenner. And I looked at how everybody responded, and you all didn't like it. Did not like it one bit.
They didn't like that.
They didn't like it one bit.
No.
Okay, so here's my opinion, and I got to give it to you. The LGBTQ community need to find a new face to represent transgender. And here's my reason for saying that. Caitlyn Jenner was on 2020. She made her rounds to all of the shows.
Okay.
And she got a lot of backlash. People are looking at her as an old, selfish, rich man that's exploiting his story to sell a book. I like to read, you all.
Yeah.
So I read it on both sides.
Right.
I read it on both sides.
From both
and
sides.
I'm like, what it is, they're not accepting the fact that he wants to be the face. People look at, this is how people see it. He left his wife and his children to transgender into something else.
Right.
And it seems selfish to people.
Right.
And they need to find a new face. That's what I think. They need to find a new face. They need to find a new face.
Wouldn't it be something if everybody will recognize themselves as Americans?
Right.
Instead of segregating themselves into all of these different groups.
And categories.
And all of these different categories. If we all recognize ourselves as Americans first.
Whether you're gay, whether you're straight, whether you're transgender.
Then we don't need nobody as the face of this community or face of that group.
Well, I agree. You're absolutely right.
Yes.
Another thing, I would like to see Caitlyn Jenner take all of that money and help other people transgender into what they want to be.
That's right.
Since he wants to be the face of this. Or she. You know what? Okay,
Well,
first of all, you all.
Okay.
I tried to have an open mind about this. I want
tried
to be really
to.
open.
Yes.
But then I opened my eyes.
Yes.
And when I look at Caitlyn Jenner, y'all know who she looked like?
Who she look like?
Bruce Jenner.
That's right.
They look just alike, and I feel confused. I'm sorry. They look alike. They look alike. They look just alike. And I feel a little confused. And that's why I say they need to change the face. They look just alike. And don't try to fool us. Don't try to fool us. And you got people on the right and the left. They do not like, they just, I think that if Caitlyn Jenner want to help, take all of the money that you made, the proceeds from the books, and some of the people that really want to transgender into whether it's a man or female, he helped them do it.
Right.
With his money.
With his money.
With his money. And then he'll be okay. You have to fully transgender and start with him. He got money. He got buku money. This woman. See what you got? You see how I'm getting confused?
Yes, I got you.
I'm sorry. This is all confusing to me. This
It's
woman has money. What Caitlyn Jenner should do with her money is take and help transgender people fully transgender. You need to take your money, especially from that book that you just went on this book tour and you collected all of this money. You need to take that money and help other people and stop just trying to benefit for yourself, because that's what it seemed like.
especially the ones that want to use the women bathroom.
That's right. Help those people
Help them
first.
transgender.
Transgender all the
Right.
way fully, because I'm quite sure they want to be transgendered fully and they need help. And you the person that can help them. I'm sorry, Sue. Okay? We're going to move on. Okay, another story that was out there in the news when we were out of town. Yes.
What's happening is I'm thinking of all of this stuff to say, and it's so funny in my mind, but I can't get it out without coughing.
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying to take it really easy tonight.
Okay, all right. Okay,
so
okay.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, all right.
Okay, y'all.
Somebody
forgive me.
said I'm confused too. Sounds like a mental disorder. And see, I get you, but I don't want to be mental from it. And you know what though? Okay, I'm not gonna say.
But
Okay,
you're not confused, Diamond. You're not the one confused.
Okay.
I just want to.
I want to respect. I feel now. This is what I feel for real. I feel like everybody has the right to do what they want to do.
Yes, they
Just
do.
don't confuse me.
Don't
like
confuse
I
us.
eat sardines.
Right.
And when I made us a salad, you
Right.
taste. You said you don't want no
I can't
sardines
eat
on your
that.
salad.
No, I can't eat that.
But you didn't ostracize or criticize
No, I
me.
didn't. I ate
You
the rest of the
respected the
salad.
fact that I love sardines.
That's right.
I respect the fact whoever want to do what they want to do, you do it.
Right.
But what you cannot do is confuse me or trick me.
Right.
Just like I couldn't confuse you and trick you and put sardines on your salad.
Hell no.
Even though I love it.
Okay.
I love it. I
Right.
love it. I love it.
Right,
I
right,
love it.
That's
Okay?
right. Mhm.
That's just that. That's just what I think about that.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to move on.
We're gonna move on.
So another story you all popped up about Ivanka Trump. Well, everybody was upset, and I kept getting this here message that because they said that she wanted refugees to come into our country.
Oh,
Okay? All right? Okay? So can you muster up can you tell me what was said?
Okay. A question was asked to Ivanka.
Mm-hmm.
Whether we should be letting Syrian refugees in.
Mm-hmm.
And Ivanka's response was, that has to be part of the discussion.
Period. Okay. She did not say, yes, let them in.
Right?
And I think part of the discussion needs to be how we going to build them their own home, own safe zones in their own homes.
Right.
Because technically, these people really don't want to be here.
Right.
They
And
really-
a lot of them is here. So we need to have a discussion on how we can build them a safe zone
Right.
in their own home.
Right. Absolutely.
Yes.
And so when I heard that, I want you all to stop always jumping to conclusions.
Right.
Because let me tell you something. When you're doing an interview, okay? And when you take and if they pre-tape the interview,
Right.
they chop that interview
chop
up
it
and they
up.
will take half of what you're saying
Right.
and run with it.
Right.
I've seen them do it because they've done it to us several times. That's why I don't like pre-tape stuff.
That's right.
I like to be on it live. Let it all go down
Yes.
while it's live instead of pre-tape. So stop always jumping to the gun.
Right.
We voted for President Trump. He's the president.
Yes.
He also said, wait a minute, we're going to see how we're going to build them safe zones in their own home. So why is everybody jumping crazy? Tweeting, emailing, stop it, you all.
Well, see, when the media get a hold to it, the first thing they want to do is take and spin it.
Right.
And so when they put these titles and these subjects in it, they try to make it seem like this was something Ivanka said.
Right.
And Ivanka did not say that.
Right.
This is how they've been doing this here for such a long time before President Trump. They've been taking little bitty things.
And they run with
it, spinning out of proportion, and then we hear it and believe it to be the truth.
Right.
And then before you know it, we think it's the truth. Okay, they're going right along.
Right.
With their little money.
Right.
That they done stole from everybody.
Right.
Girl, don't get me started. You know I start coughing.
Okay, don't cough tonight. Okay. All right. So that's it with that, you all. Listen, stop believing the hype.
Yes.
Stop believing the hype.
And read the whole story.
And not just bits and pieces.
Right. If you can't find a full video to see what actually was said or what went down.
Right.
Ignore it.
Right. If we're talking about something, get the full story. Don't go off what somebody said. Get the full story.
The full story.
Okay? Period. All right, you all. So you all know that President came up on his 100 days.
100 days.
I think I think he's doing a phenomenal job.
Yes.
100 days, he gets an A++ from Diamond and Silk.
A++.
And the reason why is because he's done more in these 100 days than President Obama did in 8 years. I've never seen anybody work this hard week after week. He signed this executive order. He canceled this if we didn't need it. I love it.
Well, I know that the congressmen and the congresswomen in the House, they're not used to working this hard.
Well, that's because they're used to collecting those donors and those lobbyists' money.
Right.
And then passing and putting stuff in the bill.
Right.
That's what they're doing. But before we talk about the bill, that doggone correspondence dinner. Did y'all look at the correspondence dinner? Take another hard, girl.
Okay.
Listen to me. That correspondence, first of all, I wasn't going to look at because President Trump, that doggone rally. I'll tell you.
Now that rally was phenomenal.
Didn't he spank the media behind?
He tore them up.
Now, he spanked the media, which I was happy. However, you all, when I got to the correspondent dinner, the only reason I looked at that correspondent dinner is to make sure that they wasn't going to bash him and go off about if they did.
Right.
Of course, you know they did.
Well, we already knew what they was going to do.
Right.
So what he did is had them to pick their own switch.
That's what he did. Right. That's what he did. Now, they should have got a real comedian.
Oh, my God, because he was a joke.
Yeah, he was a joke.
Yeah.
He looked like somebody I don't know.
He was a joke.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when I heard him, I'm like, they should have just called Diamond and Silk.
Yeah, we could have did that better.
Yes.
We could have did that better. You know, you don't insult the president of the United States. I don't get it. I don't get how the left, and you had the left media. Oh, he did good. Are y'all crazy?
Right.
You know good and well if this would have been Barack Hussein Obama, all hell would have broke loose.
Right.
You know good and darn well.
Yes.
And y'all sitting up like this man did a good job.
Right.
Well, you know this man was insulting. He was reprehensible. He was ignorant.
Yes.
And listen, I don't know who he is. He called himself a comedian. He wasn't funny.
He was a joke.
He was a joke. He was the joke.
Well,
sitting up looking like he got Graves' disease in his eyes or something.
When I looked at the media right after President Trump's rally, phenomenal rally in Pennsylvania, I listened to them, and they want to talk about how divisive our president was or what have you, because President Trump called them out on their stuff. And then to come back and watch the White House correspondent dinner, and to hear what I heard, I'm like, is that divisive enough for you?
Right.
Trying to tie our president in with all of this other extra stuff?
Right.
You see?
Right.
Because they know, the left know, that when they can use trigger words to make you, to tie into your emotions on different things, then they can get you and capture you, and then you won't see exactly what they're doing.
You won't see nothing that they're doing.
That's right. So I saw all of that, and I'm like, you know what? You media people, y'all think that you're silencing the conservative voices, but no.
All you're
We're gonna
doing
get
is
louder.
creating a new silent majority.
That's right.
And this is the reason why the Democrats will not win in 4
Oh,
years.
hell no.
The little tactics that you're doing, the media, you're so biased. You are so biased.
So
You don't
biased.
even understand.
Yeah.
You so used to losing, you don't even understand that you done lost again.
That's right.
You just don't get it. You just don't get it
Yeah.
at all. You don't.
They don't.
You don't. You take little words, and then I listened to them at that correspondent dinner, how they kept bringing up Nixon's name. Now, what the hell do Nixon have to do with all of this? You see the undertone, the nasty undertone that they have. And it's all against somebody that won this fair and square.
Won it fair and square, that wants to work for the American people, that wants to put the American people first. And whatever he do will also benefit them.
Right.
But you got just a few that's on the left.
Right.
That's in it for their own greed and not the need of the people.
Well, speaking as okay, so let's talk about old Paul Ryan. You know what?
Okay, we
let me
gotta
let me just say it, okay.
Yeah.
I've been like, okay, you know what? You got to give people a chance.
Yeah, you do.
I've been trying to give some of these people a chance, and I am just fit to be tied.
Yeah.
So I see something that comes across my computer screen about Paul Ryan and how we'll say allegedly he slipped something in his health care bill and he hid it. It was about the H2B program. Okay, he hid that thing deep in the bill. Okay, all right. Now, I thought American workers are supposed to be protected here.
That's right.
Why in the hell are you protecting these businesses that want to hire foreign workers and pay them pennies when you have Americans here that need jobs? Another thing, this health care bill, do you know that the Democrats got 80% of what they wanted? And we control the House, we control the Senate, we have the White House. I believe, and this is my assessment, that the people that is around my president is not for my president.
No.
And they want to do stupid mess to make him look bad. And it bothers me. I wasn't going to say nothing about Paul Ryan, but when I saw that, see, because at the end of the day, if it passed, anything crazy in that bill, it's going to fall at the feet of the president. They're not going to be talking about, Paul Ryan or Ryan Paul, whatever his name is. Whatever his name is. And it bothers me. If people, and this is what Republicans need to understand. We're going to have to work together.
But see, there's somebody getting paid. Kickback here. Who's paying Paul Ryan?
That's right.
To push these little things. What big business is paying Paul Ryan to get this stuff passed? I mean, I'm looking at the health care bill now. Well, first they say, okay, it's going to go through. But now all of a sudden, it may be some issues there. All of this back and forth, who's actually playing these games? Just to make our president look bad. Yeah.
And we need somebody to stand up against these Democrats. And if you don't know how to do it, and if you don't know how to make our president look good, why are you there? My concerns is with the people. A lot of these people were anti-Trump people.
That's right.
And not all of a sudden, look, don't make him look bad. Don't make the president, I don't like that. Don't make the president look bad. You have to know you got this on lock.
And you got
before
somebody
you put it out there.
For you.
Right.
And I always say, if you are the one that have all of this experience, and you've been in these positions for years, when somebody gets into the presidency and say, okay, this is my agenda and this is what I want,
you need to be trying to make that happen.
Why are you damn dots?
Why are you giving the Democrats everything they want, but we're not getting what we want? Because there should be some money in that bill or somewhere if they can put their stuff in there for some for a border wall,
a damn wall.
What about that?
Where is the wall? That's right.
And so I'm a little sore with Paul Ryan. I have a problem with him. not only him, I have a problem with a lot more of them.
A lot more of them. I said 90% of the people that is around our president mean him no good.
And we can see it.
We can see it and
We
feel
look
it.
and we like, well, why didn't they do this? Or why are they doing that?
Yeah.
The president only listen, he's the president.
Right.
You report to him and tell him whatever, that's what he had to go off on.
Right.
He's trusting that you're doing your job.
Your job.
A lot of them, y'all sitting there doing what you want to do.
Right.
And even all the way down to these congressional races.
Yes.
Do you know, or do you all know, that a lot of these people that's running in some of these congressional races was anti-Trumpers?
Right.
Now, let me explain to you what an anti-Trumper is.
Explain.
An anti-Trumper is a person that bashed him while he was running, and while he was running all the way up until when he got elected. That's an anti-Trumper.
Right.
Now, you got some people that may have went with other people during the primary.
Right.
We get that. But once he became the nominee for the Republican Party, everybody should have been behind him.
Everybody.
And you have people that was not behind him. I consider those people as anti-Trumpers.
Right. They was not behind him.
And so here's the deal. If we take in these congressional races and put anti-Trumpers in these congressional seats, these people are not going to push President Trump's agenda. They're going to push their own agenda.
Right.
And that's what I have a problem with. Yes, we do have to drain the swamp. The swamp have to be deeply drained. Even though the president have to use some of the people in the swamp to get what he wants.
It's like a setup. But a person like Mr. Paul Ryan is like one of the rats that's clogging the drains in the swamp. You're keeping things from siphoning out. And they're putting operatives in place.
Right.
To go against the president's agenda.
Right.
And I don't like that.
I don't like it neither. I don't like it neither. I think it's sad. I think it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And I just have to see how everything play out. I don't know if this health care bill is going to pass, but I was really shocked about Paul Ryan. If he put this program, hit it deep into the bill,
because
so now it's going to allow more people, more foreign workers to come over here.
At least 20,000.
Okay, at least 20,000 more workers to come over here and take jobs from the American people.
From the American people.
Okay, and that's not fair. Does that sound fair? It doesn't sound fair to me.
No, because you can't go over there and take jobs from them.
Right, and see, that's the thing that we're talking about. These are the things that we don't like. And so, Paul, if you were really working for the American people,
that's right.
You wouldn't do that. But when you work for your own greed, because you done got paid to do this, you done got some good money to do this here.
Yes.
Then now look. Now look. Because now you throwing the American people under the bus.
Right. I mean, that's just like...
And then president got to take the fall for that.
That's right. But that's just like you having 5 children in your house. Your wife in your house. But you will go to somebody else's house, feed their children, feed their family, and forget about your own house.
And forget about your own house. That's right. That's right. So, you all, that's what I think about Paul Ryan. I said it and I meant it.
Every word.
And it just is what it is. So, we have to watch him. Also, girl, they should stop putting stuff in this bill that does not make sense.
Okay.
If it's a health care bill, make it be a health care bill. But all of this extra stuff, stop putting it in there.
I agree. Because, see, this is what they're used to doing. They've been hiding all of this stuff in all of these different bills. And then if the people don't like it, they'll rename it and put it in another bill. So you won't even know what's going on.
And see, they do this, you all, because they're working for their lobbyists and their donors.
Right.
Listen, you all know who's running our country. It be the lobbyists and the donors. Because what they do is they find somebody up there, okay, I'm going to pay you this many thousand to push this right here.
Right.
And it's their job to push it and they get paid.
Right.
Why do you think so many of those congressmen and those senators go up there poor and come out rich?
Right.
How do you think that happened? Because they're getting all of these money from these lobbyists and these donors to push this BS that affects just average American people. By them sending over all of those foreign workers, that's going to affect a blue-collar job from an American. And we can't let that happen. That's a problem.
And that's what President Trump is trying to stop from happening.
Right.
Buy American, hire American. Put Americans first.
Right.
It is time for the American people to be put first because we've been put behind for so long.
For so long. And it's so sad. It's so sad.
Yes.
And it makes me mad. And so if when you go up there, you can't go to the White House like you in Hollywood.
Right.
Your job is to go up there and work for the American people.
That's what it's supposed to be for.
But no, they go up there like they going to Hollywood because when they come out, they rich.
They rich.
That's how it is.
But you're absolutely right.
And they got to
and a
stop
lot
that.
of them, they're living in mansions.
Yeah.
While their district is living in poverty.
And it's so sad.
It's sad.
It's so sad.
It's very,
and we can
very
name
sad.
one person as I know that's doing that. You know that ain't nobody that Maxine Waters.
Maxine Waters.
Yes.
Yes. Her whole district is like they're in
and
poverty.
she don't even live in her district.
She don't live in her district.
You shouldn't be able to run if you're not in that district. You shouldn't be able to run for that if you're not in that district.
You shouldn't.
But her
yeah.
time is gonna be up soon, you all.
Very
I hope
soon.
she don't get reelected either. I hope she do not get back in because she is silly. Okay, so another thing that's going on in the news: Mayday violence in Portland. So the news is calling them anarchists, but we call them Antifas. That's what their names are. Antifas,
Right.
yes. If they dressed up in black, I heard that I don't know if they set a police car on fire. They're kicking out windows. It should be a law that if you go around terrorizing somebody dressed in all black,
Yeah.
and you terrorizing somebody, you should be considered a terrorist, and
Yes.
they should lock you up.
Lock you up.
That is not considered free speech or either freedom of expression.
No, it's not.
What you doing is being a terrorist by destroying stuff.
That's
you
right.
have no business destroying.
But see, if the media allow it to be okay with reporting it,
Right.
okay, and people see, okay, well, let me go out there and get my 15 minutes of fame,
Right.
and do it, and then the states don't allow their police officers to do anything about it when it's being done,
Right.
people gonna think it's okay for them to go out there and be violent, be rioters, and be terrorists towards the people.
And it's not okay.
It is not.
It's not okay.
And this group, Antifa,
Antifa.
they're nothing but the new KKK. The KKK
That's right. That's exactly what they are.
was birthed by the Democrats
The Democrats, as they
to
were.
intimidate people.
Intimidate and antagonize.
And silence them is what they was created for. And this Antifa, this new group, they're doing the same thing.
And see, they want to intimidate and manipulate in order to dominate. And what bothers me is the Republicans sit back like, "Ooh, we don't know what to do." And some laws got to be put in place.
That's right.
We cannot let people dressed up like they look like ISIS attacking people, burning down cars, kicking out windows like that's okay.
No, we can't do that.
That's not okay. And that group needs to be deemed a terrorist group.
Terrorist group.
Yes. Yes.
They need to be
Somebody
doing
say
that.
the police are told to stand down. The police need to do their job.
Do
You
their
need to
job.
arrest people.
Yes.
Do not make this part of history.
Right.
You need to, because what they trying to do, this is going to be history. No, you need to arrest them. Make that the
an
history.
example
Right.
out of them.
And then give them a job application for the lunchroom or the cafeteria right there in jail
That's
where
right.
they can now work.
Yes.
Cause
Yeah,
see,
yes.
somebody got to fix that police car where you don't bust the windows out of, and you don't even know why you busting windows out.
You just mad.
And if you want to bust windows out, go to your own house and destroy your own house. But
Right.
do not destroy other people's property.
Because don't burglars, they don't want to put on masks when they about to rob somebody. Right?
Absolutely. And how are they allowing them to wear masks? That group should be deemed a terrorist group.
Yes.
Law should be put on the books immediately.
Right.
I am okay for anybody having free speech, but I don't like groups that's trying to shut down free speech
Right.
or trying to run around and terrorize everybody dressed in all that black.
Yes.
Because if the children see you, they gonna start screaming and hollering because they don't know who you are and what you are. You look dangerous.
And why do you have to hide your face?
Because they cowards.
Cowards.
Only a coward
There you go.
will hide his face and
There
do
you
something.
go.
And because they cowards
Right.
is what they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
So the Democrats, did this, and now they got their new group called the Antifa.
They got the new group called the
trying
Antifa.
to shut people
Shut their freedom of speech down.
Shut
their freedom of speech down. Because they mad and they don't know what they mad about. So they were out there protesting, child, in Portland. They're telling people do not go downtown to Portland. Somebody said it's going to become a civil war. No. It's going to be a civil war for them.
Right.
We're not getting into no civil war. We're not going to do that. They need to put laws on the books.
On the books.
If you are out there terrorizing somebody and you got on all black, you need to go to jail for 10 years.
Oh.
You sitting up and you done busted out windows. 10 years? Nope, you got to do 10 years of hard labor.
But what makes them think that it's okay to even do that?
Well, because the media makes it okay. The media makes it okay when they take and they say, oh, it's not, they're called anarchists. No, they call Antifas.
Right.
That's what they call. They want to be militants.
Right.
This looks like some ISIS-like stuff.
ISIS stuff.
And then when we get somebody that want to act like ISIS or blend in with them, then what you gonna do?
Then what you gonna do?
It's gonna be a mess.
Ugh.
It's going to be a mess. Yeah, we need some stuff put in place because this is ridiculous and this is crazy. This is crazy, and you mean to tell me we got to live the rest of our days looking at this foolishness here, right here?
Well, speaking of the Democrats, Reverend L. Sharpton.
Yes.
He's the president and the founder of the National Action Network.
Right.
I don't know what the hell they're doing, but he's that. And so they was at a luncheon.
Okay.
Earlier this week. And our sister was there.
Yeah.
She walked into the lion's den.
She walked into the lion's den.
With open arms.
With open arms.
And was treated like sugar, honey, iced tea.
Y'all know what sugar, honey, iced tea. Just take every letter and line it up, and then you'll say the word.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So he gonna say to her, I'm just gonna read the one line. He told her, "You're welcome to come back home." So in my mind, I started thinking, come back home to what? Poverty?
Right.
Come back home to what? Handout? To a box of cheese? Come back home to what?
Right.
And see, that's how a lot of these so-called leaders try to get you, especially the black community.
Right. They want you to be beneath them, up underneath them.
Right. Right. Because, he act like he is so hateful of Donald Trump. But did you know on November the 30th, 2016, last year, President Trump picked up the phone and called Al Sharpton?
Yeah, I heard about that.
And talked to him, and Sharpton said it's important to have a dialogue with political foes to try and find common ground. But how can you find common ground when you're always talking against, or trying to go against, or try to fight against?
Or try to nail our president to the ground. Yeah.
You can't find common ground.
I don't think they want common ground. I think they like it when we are all at odds with each other.
Because that creates division.
And the more division it is, the more money that political network action, whatever they call himself, the more money that they'll make.
But I bet you he didn't have a problem taking any of President Trump's money, at the time Donald Trump money, when Donald Trump donated to his cause, to L. Sharpton cause, to help the inner and urban city.
Right.
Now, where the money went, you got to talk to L. Sharpton because it stopped at his pocketbook or his bank
account.
He
got to pay
he should have paid some on his taxes.
Yes.
But then another person said something, or I read something else. Well, this person said, "How you don't fight for us is by pissing on me and telling me it's raining. And the only thing I want to say to that is that you have been pissed on for so long that you think it's rain."
That's right. That's
you
right.
think it's rain. The Democrat Party has been pissing on people for so long that you think it's freaking gold.
That's right.
And you don't see the poverty that they continue to keep you stuck in.
Or the mindset. You listen, it doesn't always have to be money. Your mindset can be poverty.
Yes.
Your mindset can be like that.
Right.
Where all you see is everything is racist.
Right.
You're back and forth.
Right.
You're ticked off with this one. You're ticked off with that one.
Right.
Everything is all about power to the people.
Right.
And we got to fight something.
Right. And
we're always at war with something.
And then the person want to talk about the HBCUs, but when your black president,
that's right,
Barack Hussein Obama, took and cut $73 million from HBCU schools. I didn't hear nobody up.
No,
going off.
She wasn't complaining about that. That girl wasn't complaining about that.
And another thing, you know, how is it the one that's crying the loudest on racism, because that's the only message.
That's the only message that Al Sharpton and all of them is spewing.
They have. You know, how has she been discriminated against?
Right.
Because she's the lightest out the bunch.
She's the lightest out the bunch.
Yes.
She sits on a television program.
Right.
She's privileged to do that.
Right.
But now everybody is against her.
Well, you know what it is?
What?
She don't want to be out in the cotton field.
Well, then she need to walk off the plantation.
Right.
But for God's sake, don't think we going to stay our black asses on that plantation, because we don't want to go back on the plantation no more. So she mad that they going to kick your ass out the house, put you out there in the fields.
Right.
But what you need to do is have your little knapsack ready, and you can walk off too.
That's right.
That's what she needs to do.
What she needs
now,
to
sorry
do.
I had to put it like that.
Well, that's the truth.
But I had to put it just like that.
Because she's trying to keep as many black and brown folks on the Democrat plantation, so she won't have to go out in the cotton
Don't
field.
nobody want to be in that poverty mindset with you all. You all been spewing the same BS for years. And ain't none of these people came up.
None.
If you look at the luncheon, what's happening?
Right.
And if you got all of the so and answers, then why don't you get out there and do something about it? Instead of sitting up looking like light bright.
That's right. And then Van Jones. You know,
Paul Van Jones. Van Jones. Yes, go ahead, girl.
Well, you know, he mentioned something about President Obama need to take a poverty tour. He needs to do a poverty tour.
Because President Obama is getting $400,000 to do a speech. Okay,
And so they want him to, he think that he needs to do a poverty tour.
And everybody is upset with Van Jones now because he said that, because he's not being loyal enough to President Obama.
Right.
President Obama is not a king. He's a human being.
Right.
He did 8 years.
Yes.
I don't want to hear nothing else he got to say.
He needs to go retire.
That's why I don't want to hear nothing else he got to
How
say.
you say, in the sunset?
Go on off in the sunset and sit out there. I don't want to hear nothing else that he has to say.
Right.
Because look, he done done his 8 years.
Time.
He done done. But Van Jones should be able to have an opinion. But see, Van, that's how them Democrats do you,
that's
baby.
Right.
They will take, and if you don't believe or say it the way they think you should say it, they will ostracize, criticize, stigmatize,
traumatize.
They do you like that, and let me tell you who else they do like that now.
Who else?
Steve Harvey.
Oh, yeah.
They do him like that too.
Poor Steve Harvey. Now
they do him like that. Here you
Steve
go.
Harvey. Girl, I already got one in my mouth.
Okay, do you?
But Steve Harvey, they are calling him out of his name so bad. Now, his kids is grown.
He got grown kids.
He got grown kids and he got grandkids. Okay? They have a place to stay.
They have a place to stay. They
got
a nice roof over their head.
So he have programs that he, have together to help the less privileged kids or poverty stricken kids and so forth. And he's trying to help the inner and urban city. But they want the inner and urban city are the ones that's talking about Steve Harvey.
And when he say in an urban city, let me break it down. He's trying to help you mamas that don't know who your baby daddy is.
Right.
And you done had kids like you done dropped them like Tic Tacs.
Right.
He's trying to help y'all.
Right.
So instead of calling him cool, you need to be like, Uncle Steve, how can you help?
That's
right. Because let me tell you something. The boys need daddy.
They need daddy.
Because when they get this high and they taller than you and they start bucking up, you going to need a man. Because you're not going to be able to handle them. And then no sense of sending them out in the street.
Right.
For they could be looking like Antifa and all that foolishness out there.
Right.
They need to be raised. And a lot of these boys, all of them, need a male figure. So if Steve Harvey have programs that can help you, don't call him out of his name.
That's right.
Y'all are wrong.
So call him Uncle Steve, not Uncle Tom.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to help
He is trying to help.
He's been trying to help.
And see what y'all want to do, y'all so used to not having nothing, you think that's normal. It's not normal. We know that Al Sharpton done taught you that. Jesse Jackson done taught you that. That little I can't even think of her name, I call her Light Bright. Them people are teaching the millenniums that. But it's not true. You can have whatever you want. But stop talking about when a man got his feet on my neck. Well, get the hell up. Then he won't have his feet on your neck. How about that?
That's right. Now, you said that, Diamond. And that is the naked truth. It's time for people
I got to go
get
off
up
about that.
and for people to do their own research.
And when somebody come in your house, if you gonna disrespect them, don't invite them to your house. Because that was rude.
That was rude.
On what they
yes,
did.
It was. Sharpton, that was rude. Talking about welcome, you are welcome.
We don't want to come back home. No. Don't nobody want to be on a plantation listening to y'all asses. Y'all, they don't even have a solution.
No.
All of the money you raised, you tell me, what did you do with that money? How did you help an inner and urban city?
How?
But you have your little meeting like the Klan. Oh, racist this. Oh, racist that. Oh, look at what they did to this one. Look at what they did. Well, what are you doing?
Right.
Why don't you get up off your ass and do something?
That's right. I call them trigger words. They know those trigger words. And that's why when Hillary Clinton was running, she knew the trigger words. She even called us racist.
Yes. She did.
She knew
and that's how
words.
she lost.
That's right.
But it really bothers me that we finally have a president that really wants to do some amazing things for everybody.
Exactly.
And it seemed like you have everybody trying to kick against it. But see, that's because they're not used to change.
They're not used to change. They're used for things remaining the same. That's what they're used to.
Right. They're not used to change. They want it to be, the same old, same old. So some people like to complain. Some people love to be in the batter of complaints.
Yeah.
And always
it feels familiar.
about. Yes, that's normal.
It feels
but
familiar.
If you got to get up off of your behind and go do something, that don't feel right.
Right.
Listen, he's trying to make it better for everybody.
For everybody.
The thing is, he's putting Americans first.
Yes.
And it's so sad. If you can't see that, I'm sorry for you.
Right.
But you're not going to keep me on the plantation with you and get mad that I done walked off the plantation think you're going to talk about me.
And it's easy to do. You're not in shackles anymore, people.
And I would suggest, listen, stop going down. You don't got to go back to the plantation and check on people.
No.
A lot of them people ain't going. They so used to this is their MO. Do you know this is how these people make their money?
Right.
They make their money keeping people beneath them.
Off the backs of people that just don't get it.
Right.
This is what they've been doing for
They won't
years.
make their money off of me. Because I'm going to talk about y'all. I'm going to talk about because you don't do a damn thing. You know you don't do nothing.
Right.
I want to know how much money have the Rainbow Coalition, this network action, how much?
How much?
Money.
Over the years now.
Have you donated to the hood to build an inner and urban city?
How much?
I want to know how much.
We ain't talking about building one house.
I want to know what have you done?
What have you done?
And if you ain't done nothing, you can keep our sister name out of your mouth.
That's right.
And you don't have to tell her, you don't have to welcome her back home.
That's right.
Or ask her to come back home.
Right.
Because she don't want to go back to that plantation
That's
either.
right.
Now how about
want
that?
To be sitting there picking no cotton.
I don't know who they think we are. And I'm sorry, you all. I got to cuss, but sometimes you got to talk to people a certain way because that's the only way they understand.
Right.
Better be glad it wasn't us. Don't invite me to your mess.
Don't invite me to your show.
Because you're going to get your feelings hurt.
Shut that place
shut
down.
the whole thing down.
We will
have
shut
y'all
it down.
all looking crazy.
That's right.
Yes.
We will shut it down.
Do not invite us to this foolishness.
Because Reverend L, you've been out there for years.
And they done nothing.
And the black community
the thing
is still
is, President Trump, before he was the president back in the day, helped this man.
Yes, he
How
did.
can you do that to somebody that helps you?
That help you.
That I don't understand.
When it seems like his bread, Sharpton bread, about to be cut off, then they got to attack.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because they ain't going to be able to make no money. It's just like, you know how sometimes you have some churches. Let's just use a church as an example. In some churches, they don't want you to go visit another church.
Right.
Because they don't want you to see nothing different.
Right.
And then in some churches, they don't even want you to watch TV. Right. Because they don't want you to hear nothing different.
Right.
In the black community, like a L Sharpton, he don't want you to see nothing, smell nothing, or hear nothing different. Because if you do, you just may walk off and realize you've been bamboozled and hoodwinked for a long time.
For a lot of years. And that's what keeps us stuck.
And that's what keeps
us stuck. And the thing is, the sad thing is, we have our young people coming up and you're brainwashing them.
Yes.
And that's sad.
Yes.
We got to stop that.
Yes.
And I heard, Jesse Jackson, I don't believe Jesse Jackson ever held a job.
No.
I don't believe that Jesse Jackson ever held a job. So how did he make his money? It's something to think about, ain't it?
Off the bat, I'm telling you.
No.
People don't
you may use them, but you ain't gonna use me like that. Right. Oh, y'all know.
L Sharpton,
oh, no.
The CBC, the Rainbow Coalition, the NAACP.
All of them.
All of them.
I want to know what have you did for the NAACP? They did one thing.
Ain't did a thing. And then you got President Trump come along, say, what the hell do you have to lose? What the hell do you have to lose?
That's right. And somebody get mad because he said, what the hell do you have to use? The only one that get mad is the ones that behind their picket fence. I love the way he said it.
Right.
What the hell do you have to lose?
That's right.
Get up off your behind. Make sure you have a voter registration and take your behind down there and vote
That's
for me.
right.
Because I'm going to help you.
Right.
Because Hillary, if she was in office, it would be a disaster, a big mess.
She would be sitting back waiting on her $4 billion plane to get finished being built.
That's what she would be doing.
And we ain't just talking about just black folks now.
Yes.
It's black people, white people, yellow people, red people, blue people, all people.
Somebody said Jackson was a waiter in a restaurant. What restaurant? Church's Chicken? What restaurant? The reason why I said Church's Chicken because I was thinking about a piece of Church's Chicken.
Church's
Yes.
Chicken.
Yes.
Look,
what restaurant? But the thing about it is, you all, I know that we have a president that wants to make it better for everybody. And if people just stood back, just step back and give him the opportunity,
yes.
it can happen. But it can't happen when you have people against the president. It can't happen when all you talking about is everything is racist, everything is racist.
Yes.
It can't happen when we have the elites trying to undermine my president.
Yes.
And we, the American people, can see it. It
Yes.
can't happen like that. And it don't do nothing but disgust us.
Yes.
It disgusts us when you all do that. You got to be on an even playing field.
Right. And stop allowing people to take and keep you stuck in the pain of your ancestors.
That's right.
Stop allowing people to keep you stuck in the pain of your ancestors.
Especially when we were all dealt the same hand when we were born.
Right.
We were all dealt this, y'all.
Stop doing that.
Yeah.
And use those trigger words to keep you stuck right there so that they can control you. Mm-hmm. They can get your mind, then they can control you like a puppet. Mm-hmm. That's why they look at Diamond and Silk like something is wrong with us, because we are not of the norm. We're not part of the group.
The status quo. No, I'm going to go against that. Right. Because that keeps you stuck.
It keeps you stuck right there.
It keeps people controlling you.
When they keep playing Roots, all of these different movies and stuff, that's to keep you stuck in the pain of your ancestors as if you was right there picking cotton.
Right.
And you ain't picked no cotton a day in your life.
Oh, you ain't never been on no plantation.
Ain't never been on no plantation.
No slave owner.
That's right.
It's the craziest thing.
And as long as they can keep you stuck right there, they can control you. And that's all that they have been doing.
Right.
And what gets me is that they used to control me. Because I was once a Democrat.
That's right.
And I thought what they were saying was
know
true.
any better this is what did it. When the first black president came along.
Right.
And did nothing get done for the black community. So that lets me know it don't matter whether you black or white. You better vote for the person instead of the party. Now, wait a minute. Who is going to do something? Right. So when Trump say, I will be the best president for African Americans, what the hell do you have to lose?
That's right.
Bam, there you go.
Yes.
No, the black president didn't say that.
No, hell no, he didn't say that.
Now, he out there in Chicago. Now he in Chicago because he about to get $400,000 for a speech.
Now, but he can make money.
No, but he about to make money off of that. It's crazy.
And then one more point. People take and segregate their own self from being an American.
Right.
Stop it. And stop allowing people to make you do it or tell you that that's what you need to do. Because at the end of the day, we are Americans. I was born over here in America, not Africa. I am not an African American. I'm an American.
That's right. I like it.
That's why I've never been to Africa before.
We ain't never been to Africa.
I am an American.
We don't know what goes
so that's
on
what you
over
recognize
there.
as me as. I'm an American. I'm a black person, and I am an American.
I love it, girl.
I'm no damn African American. I ain't never been to Africa before.
Never been. Well, listen, y'all. This has been a phenomenal. We done talked the whole hour. We can't take a call or nothing. Listen, we done talked the whole hour as usual. Listen.
Oh my God.
Listen, y'all. We love y'all. Please don't forget to visit the Diamond Silk Store, diamondsilkstore.com. And listen, make sure you tell all of your friends to like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter and all of our other platforms. And don't forget, every day at 11:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we pray for our country. We pray for our president. So please, you all, pray, pray, pray. Prayer changes things, you all. Yes. I am a believer that prayer changes things, and we need some things to change.
Yes.
Or I'm gonna have to start calling everybody out up there in DC
Yes.
one by one to
by
get them
one.
away from our president.
That's
So I
right.
got to pray about it.
Yes.
We love y'all. Listen, we just coming to give y'all the 211. We call it the 211 because it's two of us.
And we're the ones giving it to
So,
you.
in the meantime and in between time, we will see you all next time right here on Facebook Live. Good night, everybody, and have a good day tomorrow. We love you.
Love you.
Bye-bye.